6 months have passed since Leo's death, but his presence still haunts the world. Toby, acting without thinking, has unleashed the incomplete Aisher code onto the internet, a digital virus now spreading through Hoobots, twisting their behavior into something dangerous and unpredictable. Inger finds herself cornered by a government official who insists the code never existed. She must nod and play along, pretending Leo's death and imprisonment were mundane events. But as she walks home, reality refuses to cooperate. On a crowded train, a Hoobot malfunctions violently, slamming into passengers before the authorities can intervene. Elsewhere, Flash attempts to start a relationship with a human, Douglas, but a sudden appearance by his ex-wife threatens to unravel their fragile connection. Meanwhile, Bee's story takes a darker turn. Found by maintenance workers in a railway tunnel, still reeling from her near-death experience, she wakes and mercilessly slays the humans who stumble upon her. The same night, Jonas and Silas reunite in Silas's workshop to find Odie, quiet but ready, waiting for them. Jonas reveals the damaged Niska hard drive, fragments of the code that could make Hoobots truly autonomous. Tension spikes as Mimi asks Toby to test her for infection, coming back clean, but her relief is short-lived. Bee confronts her, demanding the final piece of the code. Mimi resists, lying that she doesn't have it, but Bee's influence is subtle yet terrifying. Through repeated phrases, she triggers Mimi's affirmative pursuit, overriding resistance and planting the seed of a chilling idea. The Hoobots are destined to rule the world. One thing is certain: no one is safe. Bee's hunt intensifies. She searches not just for the code, but for the key to making machines human, tracing the trail to David Aisher's elusive mother. Each step raises the stakes. The lines between loyalty, morality, and survival blur with every choice she makes. Tobias struggles with his own desires and identity, the pull of transhuman sexuality gnawing at him as his heart still beats for Mimi. At the Engman household, a mysterious package shakes them. Inside is a clone of their long-lost grandfather, a startling echo of the past arriving in the present. Simultaneously, Hub Battleland begins to take shape. Silas works tirelessly to make the venture profitable, while Roger, desperate for direction, shows up seeking a job, oblivious to the darker truths that lie beneath the surface. Bee is relentless, breaking into restricted vaults and uncovering pieces of the code with single-minded focus. The stakes are immediate, the danger palpable, and her ambition draws every other character into motion. At the Engman home, the cloning project begins to reveal cracks. Leonard's clone resists expectations, hinting at a personality all its own. Each small victory comes with a price. Hans grows frustrated, pushing boundaries with impatience and fear, while Mimi begins testing the limits of her autonomy. Meanwhile, Roger's curiosity leads him underground at Hub Battleland, where what he finds could unravel everything he knows about the Hoobots he thought were benign. Niska, too, is walking a fine line. The darkness of her newfound freedom tempts her toward murder. A man's revelation about his daughter halts her cold logic momentarily, exposing the threads of emotion that still bind her to humanity. And Laura confronts Mimi, probing for hidden truths about Tom and the secrets buried in the past. Life tries to feel normal, but nothing is normal anymore. Douglas and Florentine's wedding plans are underway, yet Klaus can't resist meddling, injecting doubt and chaos into what should be a joyful occasion. At the Engman household, Leonard's clone grows more defiant, pushing against Hans's patience and forcing the family to confront the ethical and emotional consequences of playing God. Every interaction is charged. every decision could spiral into disaster. Mimi steps into a new world at the law firm, navigating the complexities of human colleagues who resent her very presence. Tensions between the real humans faction and the transhumans escalate. Lines are drawn, alliances tested, and betrayals await. Now everyone will be forced to choose a side, and that choice could determine the survival of humanity or the rise of the Hoobots. Bee and Chloette are closer than ever to finding David's clone, but the moment of victory slips through their fingers. The brain, the key to unlocking the code, is missing. Each lead they chase only twists deeper into uncertainty, keeping their hope slim and the danger looming. Meanwhile, Tobias and Matilda dive into the USB drive containing fragments of the code, working tirelessly to piece together what could be the future of the Hoobots. But a section is missing, and Matilda can't shake the feeling that Mimi knows far more than she admits. The tension tightens further when Roger is sent out to pick up a Hoobot and comes face to face with someone or something from his past, threatening to pull him back into a world he wanted to leave behind.
Come on and use me.
Amid all this, Florentine's dream edges closer to reality. Douglas finally prepares to make their long-awaited wedding official, but the promise of human happiness is low, threatened by secrets, schemes, and the unpredictable nature of both Hoobots and humans. But who will control the code first, and at what cost? Teresa's longing for freedom drives her to Holland, a symbol of a more liberal, accepting life, but first she must convince Kevin to leave the confines of the real humans' youth camp. Her journey is filled with tension. Kevin's loyalties are split, and every word, every glance could tip the balance. Meanwhile, Tobias, Betty, and Matilda take a leap into the unknown. They decide to program David's fragmented code into Leonard, unaware of the consequences they are unleashing. Each keystroke carries the weight of potential catastrophe, as the line between human and Hoobot grows thinner by the second. Douglas and Florentine face a different kind of waiting. They are placed on a 3-year list for adoption, yet Florentine's desires refuse to be delayed. She wants a child now, even as the systems, rules, and unpredictable forces around her seem designed to block her happiness. The stakes are clear. Personal dreams, human emotion, and the evolving power of the Hoobots collide in a world where every choice ripples into danger, leaving us wondering what will come next. Rick, armed and defiant, refuses to back down, standing as both shield and weapon against a world of humans who don't yet understand the new order. Mimi, meanwhile, takes a dangerous step by installing a cutting-edge language program to help Inger. But beneath the surface of the code, there's something else, something hidden that could upend everything they thought they knew about Hoobot autonomy. Every line of code carries suspense. Every keystroke could be a turning point in this high-stakes game. Gordon moves with urgency, attempting to rescue Florentine from Douglas, who clings desperately to the child that was stolen, creating a tense, emotionally charged standoff. Jonas escalates the chaos in his own calculated way, cloning David in a race to capture the final pieces of the code. Loyalties are tested, futures are uncertain, and danger waits around every corner. By the end, nothing is settled. Every action sets up the next crisis. The virus spreading through the Hoobot network is taking a devastating toll on Mimi. Her movements grow erratic, her responses delayed, and her usual sharp mind starts to falter, leaving everyone around her on edge. Jonas realizes that the full Aisher code is still out there, scattered and hidden, and he knows that whoever finds it first will hold unimaginable power over the Hoobots and perhaps humanity. He tasks Silas with the urgent mission of locating it, sending him into the chaotic underworld where danger lurks around every corner. Meanwhile, Rick rises as a self-proclaimed leader of a growing Hoobot revolution. Armed, confident, and relentless, he rallies those willing to fight for autonomy. His every move challenging humans to reckon with the reality that the Hoobots are no longer submissive. Mimi's condition worsens by the hour, her body and mind increasingly overtaken by the virus, making every interaction a struggle for survival. In a shocking revelation, the Engmans discover fragments of her past, secrets that could change how they see her and what she is capable of. Meanwhile, Petra, desperate and ruthless, turns to both the police and the real humans, hoping to eliminate Florentine once and for all. Klaus and Inger fight desperately to protect her, their every move a tense dance against forces they barely understand. Jonas, still obsessed with transcending mortality by transferring his consciousness into his clone, now faces a dilemma. Silas must perform a dangerous act of loyalty to secure the process, yet Jonas begins to doubt the clone after B's unsettling disclosure. Florentine's future hangs in the balance as the courtroom becomes a stage for human and Hoobot conflicts alike. Mimi, weakened and struggling against the virus, is unexpectedly called as a witness, turning what should be a procedural hearing into a high-stakes moment where one misstep could have catastrophic consequences. Just when the tension reaches its peak, a figure from Mimi's past appears, bringing shockwaves through the courtroom and threatening to unravel carefully laid plans. Outside, Kevin and a group of real humans youth launch a desperate strike on Hub Battleland, aiming to destroy the Hoobots once and for all. Rick, armed and determined, stands as the first line of defense, ready to protect the Hoobots from human retaliation. Meanwhile, B pulls Roger deeper into the hunt for the missing code, their every decision echoing with life or death. Stakes, with the virus spreading, loyalties tested, and the ultimate power of the code still unresolved, leaving us desperate for what comes next. Who will control the code? Who will survive? And what price will be paid for power, freedom, and love? The next chapter promises a fight that could change the world forever. If you enjoy these stories, stay tuned, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because the next chapter is just around the corner.